My passion is to create menus, create different dishes. I also think I'm the best breakfast cook in the world. Really? Yeah, I do. Last Sunday, if I didn't make 100 omelets, I didn't make one. And I could make any kind of omelet. I could do a seafood omelet, I could do a jambalaya omelet, I could do a roast beef omelet, I could do a traditional ham and cheese or a Western omelet, I could do a hot sausage omelet, I could do everything, I could do eggs any kind of way you want them, and they'll be perfect.
Well, I moved here to New Orleans 10 years ago. I'm originally from Chicago, actually from the southern suburbs, where when I was very young, my parents, they both had a hot dog stand together. And prior to that, they actually owned a bar. And so I think for me, this is sort of a full circle project.
My name is Wayne M. Baquet. I'm a restaurateur, and I've been in business going on 40 years. The name of my restaurant is Little Dizzy's Cafe. My great aunt opened up a restaurant. Her name was Ada Baquet Gross. And my father worked for her, so he's second generation, and I'm third generation in the restaurant business.
These two blocks in particular, 500 and 600 block, are sort of the, I don't know, I would say maybe the heart and soul of New Orleans. Lots of music happens here. It's a very local area. Maybe not so much in the last few years because it's gotten very popular.
When my father bought Eddie's restaurant in the 7th Ward, we lived in the back. So, I mean, we were there all the time. The family lived in the back. We'd get up in the morning, come in the front, make coffee, and do what we had to do in terms of getting the restaurant started.
Well, we started this project in November of '09. The oil spill happened, I think in April of 2010. So that really, and we didn't open until August of 2010. So the oil spill really scared me because I didn't know what we were facing. And to open in the summer in New Orleans can be pretty tricky anyway, and then add an oil spill on top of it. We were sort of going into unknown territory, and that's frightening.
The amount of work as a young man that it bestowed on me, I didn't like it at first. I didn't like it at all because I was about to get married. I was young, and I really didn't want to spend all this time in the restaurant business that I was spending in it.
My name is Sophie Lee, and I am partner owner of Three Muses in New Orleans on Frenchman Street. Three Muses is a restaurant lounge, and we feature the three elements that makes New Orleans what it is: food, drinks, and music. Myself and my two partners, Christopher Starnes and Daniel Esses, we each sort of take one of those categories, and we're in charge of it. I'm in charge of the music part. Christopher is the bar person, and Chef Daniel is the chef.
Well, my name is Daniel Esses. I'm from Bronx, New York, and moved to New Orleans in 2000.
This project sort of, it really kind of did fall into our laps. We noticed this building that we're in currently was empty for at least 20 years. And prior to that, it was, what I've been told, it was a workshop for the fella who used to live upstairs.
After Katrina, moved back up to New York for a couple of years, and I worked at like a high-end Chinese restaurant. I learned a lot of flavors, enjoyed my time back up there, but I knew that my career and my life was always better down here. So I knew that I wanted to come back. But I didn't want to just come back. I wanted to run a restaurant and own my own restaurant. So I worked at a place, got a chef job, and always knew that that's what I wanted, my own place. So I was approached by Sophie and Chris, partner up, and it was pretty much a dream come true.
The name Little Dizzy's actually comes about like the 10th or 11th restaurant in my history of running restaurants. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to name it. And at this time, my grandson, Zachary, was in high school. And I called him on his cell phone to talk to him about something. And he said, yeah, you have me. Just leave a message. This is Little Dizzy. So I said, Little Dizzy. I said, well, let me call him and find out what that's about. You know, and I should have known because he's really was a good trumpet player, and his nickname was Little Dizzy, named after Dizzy Gillespie. So that's how this name Little Dizzy's came about.
Three Muses, it was inspired by our three daughters. Christopher and I, between the two of us I have two daughters, he has one daughter. And we were sitting around one day and we were kind of throwing ideas around and three kind of popped out. We were just thinking three this, three that, and I said, Three Muses. You know, our daughters are our inspiration and our muse. And so it kind of stuck. And then after that, it sort of took on a three theme. Shortly after that, we called up Daniel. So we had three owners and we have three themes that we specialize in. I mean, you find some really great restaurants, some really great bars, and some really great places to see music. But it's a rare occasion to have all three. And so that's what we were going for.
The most popular thing that people come in here for, without a doubt, is the fried chicken. Now, this is a recipe that we created years ago. But we do things nobody does, like crawfish bisques, like crawfish pies. We do gumbo. We think we have the best gumbo. And bread pudding. So you're going to find things here that you're just not going to find at every restaurant. It's just not. They can't do it, and we can. We have the experience to do it.
My name is Geraldine Robertson. I've been in New Orleans all of my life. I am 68 years in New Orleans. And I'm a graduate of Walter L. Cohen, and we are celebrating our 50th reunion. And these are some friends from New Orleans, but some of them are away. And we decided to come over here and have dinner here today, supporting our people, okay? Okay, what was my favorite thing? I enjoyed the gumbo. The gumbo was good. Fried chicken and the red beans and rice. New Orleans specialty. Everything was good. I enjoyed it. It made my day. And I think everybody else enjoyed it also.
Definitely the most popular is Chef Daniel's lamb sliders. Everyone loves those. And then that complements with the feta fries. So those two dishes make quite a wonderful combination. And then we have lobster egg rolls, which is another one of his specialties. And then I have a dish on the menu, which was my mother's recipe. It's a traditional Korean dish called bulgogi. So we offer it as a rice bowl.
You come here, you'll find all kind of politicians. You'll find all kind of people from all walks of life in here. You know, you'll find a guy who cuts grass sitting next to the mayor of New Orleans. You know, that's the kind of feel that you get in here. It's everybody's restaurant.
Three Muses is, I guess I'll say, an upscale bar with really good food. Food that kind of rivals, or you can hold it up to any four-star restaurant in town. It's more of a place where you can get quality food, but not in the sort of stiff, maybe, environment. If you're out just for a relaxed night, but you want really quality local ingredients. Right. Well, Frenchman Street is primarily a nighttime entertainment district. And we sort of went into this project with the theory that we let the street dictate what we do. And so for right now, it really works that we're open for dinner hours, which 4 o'clock until.
I think we have too many restaurants in New Orleans now. And I think as a result, a lot of them are not going to make it. If you didn't know it, the mortality rate in the restaurant business is higher than any other business.
So I don't feel like there's competition, specifically in this area. For me, I believe that there's room for everybody.
The food in New Orleans is better than the food you're going to find anyplace else. I don't care where you go, and I've been to a lot of places. You're not going to find better food than you find here in New Orleans. It's a product of the people of New Orleans. I'd just like to say that the city of New Orleans is the greatest city on the face of the earth. We just happen to have the worst politicians on the face of the earth.
We've been very blessed, and everyone's really kind of taken to us. And
yeah, it's hard, it's hot, and it's taxing on the body, but it's pretty much the only place I really want to be.
It's not lost on me, that location. It's a lot to do with success of places, and so we count our blessings every day that we're able to be part of this community.
And this great city is surrounded by not such a great state. You know, if you leave New Orleans and you go to another section of the state, it's nothing like here. And so much so that even people from the other parishes, when you ask them where they're from, if they're from Slidell or if they're from Terrebonne Parish or whatever, they're going to say, I'm from New Orleans. Because New Orleans is one of the greatest cities on earth.